Hello, this is Mina Cristiana from Corpress as a media partner for EICBI session, the seventh session on Brussels. Today, we have participated in the session where we talked about the EU-India trade agreement. What was signed in January will come to big modifications in the trade agreement in agriculture, logistics, IT, and high tech. India and EU will build a big corridor, and the trading, I think, will benefit some 2 billion people. So regarding this subject, I'll invite the host that we had today, the chairman of EICBI, which is Mr. Sujit Nair, and Mr. David from Water and Shark. So hello everyone, it's very nice for you being here. Mr. Sujit Nair, how was this session and how is it different from the last 6 sessions that you have here on the Brussels as the EICBI chairman?
Thanks, Christina. My name is Sujit Nair. I'm the chairman of the Europe-India Center for Business and Industry. We tend to work in promoting EU-India engagements and relations. So since 2018, we have been doing our sessions at the European Parliament in Brussels, in Belgium, to promote EU-India engagement. For the past, the difference between this session, which is our 7th session at the European Parliament, compared to the last 6 sessions, is that this session is between where the FTA discussion, which India and EU have been having since 2007, it was finally negotiated early this year, and we are hoping that it gets signed by early next year. So we are this session is taking place in the midst of these 2 spaces where there's a negotiation happening, further negotiation happening. Ratification needs to go to the European Parliament to finally sort of get it approved, and so that the business leaders, the communities of both regions get benefited from this free trade agreement.
So, Mr. Sujit, I will now ask you to present us, to introduce us, Mr. David, and what was his role in this session, and how you gathered the idea for delivering a premier report regarding EU-India trade agreement.
Yeah, one of the things which we wanted to do during this session, as I did mention, is between when the EU-India FTA was negotiated and it's in the process of getting signed, we wanted to build up a comprehensive report. And that's where we worked with a global advisory firm called Water and Shark, with the significant work in tax, regulatory, risk assessment, etc. And we worked with the Global Advisory Board of Water and Shark. We do have the chairman of the Global Advisory Board of Water and Shark, Dr. David Bozward, with us. And we worked a comprehensive report, almost a 100-page report, which looked at various aspects. And for companies which are looking at market access in the EU-India corridor, they're looking at strategic engagement in the EU-India corridor. So this is something which we wanted to release during this 7th EU-India Leaders Conference at the European Parliament. And we had the opportunity of having 4 members of European Parliament participating in this discussion. So we had the member of Parliament from Germany, MEP Angela Niebler, who is the chair of the EU Parliament's delegation for relations with India. We had Vladimir Public, the member of European Parliament from Slovenia. We had Andreas Schrinder, the member of European Parliament from Austria. We had the member of European Parliament from Romania, Mr. Turkic. So that's where we had a very comprehensive engagement, and we were fortunate enough to have them. Plus, in addition, I forgot to mention, we also had an Indian member of Parliament from Bihar, who was also part of the Standing Committee of Agriculture, Mr. Sudhakar Singh. So we had all these leaders together today during the session, and we were fortunate to have them release this very comprehensive EU-India report, which Water and Shark put together alongside Europe-India Center for Business and Industry.
So, Mr. David, how was Water Shark support this EICBI session, and what was the mission to deliver this report? I want to tell us more about this report, what subject it covers, what we will find there.
So my name is Dr. David Bozward. I am the chair of the Global Research Board for Water and Shark, and we've created this report on the FTA, the free trade agreement between the EU and India. And this is about the opportunity that lies for both countries, for both nations, both regions, and the opportunity of both the business that's available today. So we're talking about agriculture in the session today, we talked about trains, but also future. So digital transactions, digital nature, blockchain. There's lots of future opportunities that lie between these 2 great nations, and the opportunity of building that trust and building that trade is what we're really looking at the report. So that trade corridor is really the opportunity that we have and we're looking at developing.
So this is our brief from Brussels, from European Parliament. It has been here a session regarding the EU trade agreement, and we have the honor to have MPs from Austria, from Romania, from Slovenia, and a lot of representatives, delegates, European Parliament. So from here, from ACBI session, I give you a very, very nice greetings and see you soon.